Love is a knife with a blade for a handle. All you need is death, all you need is death. Death is all you need, death is all you need. All you need is death, it's a film from XYZ. It's also currently on Shudder, and it was written and directed by Paul Duane, not Duane Gill, no Gilberg here. A man that has done shorts and other projects. Check out his IMDb page for the full list of his work. And this is straight up Irish folklore horror. Certainly better than a lot of folklore horror that I've seen earlier this year. Even as recently as Star of Acre. I do want to get that right off the bat. But yes, being on Shudder, you're going to get, a few different categories. You're going to get stuff really fucking incredible. You're going to get stuff that's actually not all that bad. Or you're going to get stuff that, yeah, I see why this is on a streaming service that more people should have if they love horror, but I can see why this really didn't get a lot of attention. Well, I'm going to tell you what category this is in. It's in the first one. I'm just going to say that right there. So you have Simone Collins as Anna. And I do want to say Simone is a very, very lovely Irish woman. And along with a man named Alex, played by Charlie Mayer, they are trying to search for Irish songs with a lot of lore, just for whatever reason, to research and why. There's a woman named Agnes, played by Catherine Siggins, who really wants to just find, one particular song. And there is a person that may know a particular song, a song with an ancient, dark secret, going back to maybe before man was ever even able to write things down. So once they find this song, things get really fucked up. So that's really about all I can say without getting into any minor spoilers. But Nigel O'Neill plays a man named Breeze Block Concannon. That is a great goddamn name. That is a mouthful also. He has a mother, Rita Concannon. Olwen Foray, I actually don't know if that's how you pronounce it. The gray-haired lady that was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Netflix movie. Tarot and The Watchers. She's been in a lot of stuff. She's actually pretty good. I just don't understand why she can't do more projects like this. But nevertheless. So yes, a young couple. They kind of BS their way through some things. And they're just trying to find this ancient song. And let's just say they find more than they bargained for. Because they still haven't found what they're looking for. And when they find what they're looking for. Oh my, oh me, oh my. Down on the Irish Bayou. Things get really weird. Now, I will say this is not a perfect movie, but it is mostly great. It takes a bit to get into. The narrative is a little messy. I will say that. I can see some people being turned off by this, but for I'd say 90 to 95% of the time, things play out beautifully. This is a slow burn. Once things get going and once you realize what the lyrics for this particular song are, you see why things play out the way they do. This movie is pretty goddamn terrific and something you absolutely should check out. And Paul Duane did a great job here. The title, they have the, love is a knife with a blade for a handle. It's for a woman named Gabriella. I don't know if that was in tribute of somebody that was a lost loved one. I don't know. If so, nice way to honor them. So, yeah, you really need to pay attention to the accents. Also, it's a good thing they have subtitles. One, because it is hard to understand some of these accents. And it does start off a little bit weird with, a police tape and pub footage, and then we slam right into the movie where we see Alex and Anna doing their act, and then they eventually run into Rita. And I do want to say Owen actually does at least make the most of her screen time here. But it's pretty obvious that, something very sinister is going to happen. Again, there are a couple things that I do have an issue with. A couple things that aren't quite explained. But mostly everything is explained enough to where it's like, okay, I can figure things out as they go along. And I don't expect to have my hand held and told, oh, this is what's happening, this is what's happening. It's, again, not absolutely perfect, but it is pretty goddamn good. And a bit chilling, a bit weird. I did like the performances. I thought Simone did a very good job. There are a few moments where the character motivations seemingly just switch on a goddamn dime. And it takes a bit to figure out why. But it's pretty good. Pretty damn good overall. It's on Shudder if you want to check it out. Good performances. I do have to say, Simone and Catherine, I actually, when I saw the still shots on their, on IMDb, I actually thought they were sisters, to be perfectly honest. But nevertheless, good performances. Actually, pretty damn good performances. Well shot. A bit weird. And the narrative's a little bit odd at times. But it does wrap up beautifully and strangely. Very, very fucking strangely. But nevertheless, let's get into spoilers. On Shudder, if you want to check it out. XYZ Films did some good stuff here. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. So, basically, Anna and Alex are just playing a scam here to get these old songs recording. You shouldn't be recording this stuff. And Agnes has a bunch of people gathering, trying to, find these old Irish songs or these old songs. Treasure lies in the past. And Agnes knows what she's looking for. I did love the singing. Even though, boy, when she sung, it was like, oh, that's a fun key to use. Simone actually sings pretty goddamn well, and there's some good, beautiful, guttural music to this. And guttural, I mean in the best way, because it has passion and history behind it, and lore. So, Agnes suddenly is there with Rita after recommending all this stuff. There's a man named Ron that took Anna and Alex to Rita's humble abode. And Rita decided to conduct her business in the wardrobe, just sitting in the closet, because she feels that people would mock her. Her son mocks her. Well, also she drinks a lot, so maybe she's talking kind of out of her goddamn arse, as it were. And she takes the batteries out. She, being Anna, takes the batteries out of the recording device and says, just for you, not him. It is a song that only women can hear. Men can't hear. There's a reason for that. It goes back way, way, way before people wrote stuff down. Probably when dinosaurs roamed the earth. I mean, who knows? But it's this ancient thing, actually, in the time of kings, where women, had to commit stuff to memory and everything and pass it along from generation to generation. Basically, it's the story of a king that had a woman that he loved. The woman betrayed him with somebody else, and punishment and stuff happened. And basically, it was an all-consuming love. That's why love is a, knife with a blade for a handle. It cuts both ways. That's what love does. And I did like how they add enough of the story to it, though. After Anna and Alex leave, it turns out that Agnes actually had recorded the whole damn thing. So they find Agnes, and they're talking to her, all this crazy stuff's going on, and then some weird ancient thing kills Olwen's Rita. So then her son is seen doing a puppet show. Happy Endings Puppet Theater. I don't know if I would have gone with that as the name, but nevertheless. So the son ends up calling, looking for answers. He ends up capturing that Ron guy and has his mother's corpse on the bed, and all this crazy shit's going on. He talks about weird shapes, the son does. These weird shapes, and the fact that the grandmother was, the grandmother could have been a witch, could have not been a witch. She was staying at the house. There were weird shapes floating around. These shapes would get in his head, say stuff like, you should have been born a girl. And they even flash something where he has cut off his own dick, and the shape stopped after that. Oh, so this is a demon, this is an ancient evil that hates men. Then again, if this king truly was evil and did all this stuff, then you can understand. Again, the narrative's a little bit odd, a little bit strange. But, yeah, he leaves Ron tied to the bed with Rita's corpse. Because why not? So, yeah, that's pretty much it right there. We then get to Alex kind of becoming consumed by the song and everything, listening to it a whole bunch. And he kind of gets together with Agnes. It turns out they've actually been together. They've been playing Anna this whole time because Anna can't get a hold of him. And she's been played. And she's not happy about it. So you kind of can't blame Anna for being all upset. Again, you look at the king, had the love. This is just gender swapped. Now you have a man that loves another woman that did all this stuff. Traded up. Not even traded up or whatever. Just used one. You thought they were using other people. But oh, no. One of the users was using the other user to get somewhere else. Kinda. You following me? I'm not. Breeze basically hunts Anna down, traps her, and this is where things get a little bit weird because he traps her, puts her in seemingly in some kind of weird loft area and has her tied down. But Agnes and Alex have been, getting together and all this, but then things get a little bit weird because he left Ron tied up, he left Anna tied up, and Agnes is with child despite the fact that she said she had a hysterectomy. She doesn't have a goddamn womb. So this shouldn't be the case. Love eats the heart. There's a lot of stuff translated from this particular song. We see some weird imagery of this king, his young bride, and then naturally just the weird shit going on. That's a little bit strange. I think they could have expanded on that a little bit. But Alex is changing quite a bit. He is getting to where he's weird. He's got weird nails. He's transforming. He eats a whole chicken. A whole cooked chicken, by the way. They don't actually cook it. It's not an Ozzy Osbourne-like thing, but that was a bat. But Breeze isn't very stealthy because he goes to a library, then he breaks in to find out who rented this particular book last, and he finds out, it has ties to these two because they can't find Agnes and Alex, like, where they're staying, but then they suddenly do. So basically, Anna says love is just a tool that people use to get what they want, which there are a lot of people that do that. There are a lot of people that shouldn't have done that, And there are a lot of people that have been, that have been the recipient of that. We all have. We all have, and we all have to learn from that stuff. We all have to learn to just be honest. If we don't love somebody or if we're just trying to get a certain thing, let's just be honest with each other. So, yeah, Alex is totally insane. Agnes is too. She's having difficulty basically continuing her studying of this whole thing because they've listened to the song, and this song is all consuming. It unleashes ancient evil out in the world, hence the shadowy figures that ended up killing Rita a little bit earlier. And the shadowy figures that the son talked about. Suddenly, Breeze and Anna are there to kill everybody, to just kill both of them. We've got 15 minutes left at this point. Alex is very malnourished, but he's like, don't worry, I will come back and then everything will be fine. It'll be like I never left. And the song basically is about, love all-consuming. Love, which makes sense. An evil love, shall we say. Anna then basically says, we need to kill both of them. Well, since it turns out that neither Agnes nor Alex actually killed the mother, Breeze isn't on board with this thing. Breeze, I'm just making it sound like Tyler Breeze, and if you're a wrestling fan, boy, that's a funny image. Everyone is insane, especially Anna, because Anna finally just snaps. This is where, she was a spurned lover, and she goes in with a weapon of some, description and kills Alex, and then basically ends up killing Breeze. A guy really that was just trying to find answers as to who killed his mother. So yeah, the ending gets a little bit messy. And then we see Alex transform, kind of fuse with him and Agnes. And then he ends up consuming Anna. So all three of them are together. And then this ancient evil goes out in the world. Does that make sense? It's kind of weird. Okay, it's very weird. It's very folklore-like. It's not as great as When Evil Lurks, which I still say is a tentpole of horror for this decade so far. But is it really good? Yes, it is. It is strange. I really had to think about the grade before. A-, because it has a lot of positives to it. I can see some people hating this. I can see some people thinking I'm being too kind to it. Believe me, I was all prepared to basically go about a grade lower. But nope, A-. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.